This is my weekly astrology for February 23rd through March 1st, 2025. We are in the ring and we are taking a lot of blows. This is a moment that we are looking to understand our position in this field of conflict. There are those that always want to slant the astrology to a positive bent, but I am not an idealist. In such times, we cannot rely on sugar-coated words and band-aids when the reality is that there is a war and soldiers are on the ground bleeding to death. While it may seem melodramatic how I am saying it, it is at least not a lie. People are suffering, losing jobs, losing homes, losing their lifestyle, and feel as if they are being thrown to the curb. Such moments impact everyone eventually. With Mars coming out of retrograde in Cancer and moving us forward, and the moon moving into Pisces, emotions are a bit too raw and real. There are moments that one needs to listen very carefully to the angels and guides. Taking the wrong step in this moment can find you falling off a cliff rather than holding on to stable ground. What is clear is that we long for safety, but we have to recognize that externally that safety is not actually there, but the safety inside is there and has a power that you may not have fully recognized until now. We're going to have to let go of the illusions of what we thought we were and move towards doing what is going to be necessary to survive this pattern. As I have said before, I would not make any large purchases for 18 months just to be on the safe side. Spending money and wasting money for a moment to feel better is actually not going to end up making you feel is going to end up making you feel much worse in the long run. February 23rd, Mars moves out of retrograde. The backward motion of Mars has really felt like a thorn in our side. This motion has forced us to look more carefully at our choices and reflect very differently on what has been transpiring. The end result is a type of festering of a deep infection in the body-mind of our world. We have had to slow things way down, carefully consider the options in front of us, and figure out whole new ways to prioritize what is happening personally to us and how what is happening externally in the world will eventually impact us as well. What is good is that what has been difficult to see in all this churned up and murky waters has become shockingly clear to some. We have been forced to look at our emotional needs and to seek safety that is very real and not some game or illusion. As Mars moves forward, we reclaim our energy with gumption and drive. We feel the fiery response of our core to the atrocities that are being inflicted upon us. While this feels empowering, so much has been revealed that many will feel in shock and uncertain as how to move next. February 25th, the moon goes into Aquarius. With this moon, we seek those that seem to be aligned with our values, and we want to band together to make things now move in new directions. Notice where you are willing to have agreements with others, and notice where you are going to refuse to budge. Saturn and Mercury connect today, and all communications take a serious tone, and the issues that are currently obvious become more of an issue. Expect many people to finally get more and more angry, and their worries are real, and the problems are mounting. People are now seeing what we are losing and are not happy about it. When the government takes everything away that gave stability, the people have nothing left to lose and a lot of time on their hands. Those responsible are going to get quite a wake-up call, and it is not going to be pretty. Reality is hitting hard, and the results from terrible choices are going to finally allow some to see the light. I expect government officials to get an onslaught of written and verbal complaints. The reality check is finally hitting. February 27th, the new moon in Pisces. This emotional moon is going to add drama and upset into a system that is already feeling emotionally overwhelmed. For some, it is putting too much pressure on their backs, and we will see some beginning to collapse. A positive way to move with this energy is in the direction of creative and artistic patterns. The lesson of such a moon is to find where we can allow our deepest internal self to become awakened, and allow the depth of this moon to allow you to surrender into what is there for you to grasp as a life jacket in the storms created by others and in a ship that is clearly sinking. We are asked to focus on what we can energetically attune to that will give us possibilities that we have been unable to completely see. Remember that the universe knows this is the only pathway to a larger awakening of consciousness for the healing of the entire world. It will take 20 years, and many will not live to see that day when things move more permanently and into places of peace and acceptance. But one does not plant a tree to sit quietly under its great and powerful branches to marvel at its majesty. We do it because we hope our children and grandchildren can enjoy it at a time that is a better future. March 1st. Venus goes retrograde in Aries and the moon is in Aries. Venus begins its retrograde cycle today. It is spinning in Aries and is going to back into Pisces on March 27th. Meanwhile, we are going to be asked to look at our values again. We are going to need to really honestly look at our personal choices and if they support a world of love, connection, and give value to this world. A retrograde Venus shines an inward light on us and makes us see if we are actually respecting the values of others or if we are imposing our values on them. We are being asked to gather up our courage and to move with as much grace as we can muster. If you can do anything this week, remember to honor your position in the field. Honor others that have the courage to face the terrible situations head on. Remember that we have to move at a pace that we are going to be able to maintain. There are no quick fixes. There are no ways that we can solve all the problems that have now multiplied very quickly tomorrow. Much is going to unfold. You are witnesses to history that is unlike any other. You can be a victim to it, or you can become a warrior for the greater good of the world that desperately needs your support. Remember, you are living this history. Do not allow others to rewrite what is unfolding.